So children, let us continue. Separation of mixtures. I said mixtures are the impure substance. What are the methods of separating? We have seen already. Just now we have seen what are the methods. The first one is sublimation. I said what is sublimation? That directly becomes vapor. Solid directly becomes vapor is sublimation. I said what are the sublimate substances? Camphor, iodine and ammonium chloride. And next to sublimation, we have seen centrifugation. Centrifugation is nothing else, it's a device. Centrifuge is a device. By using the device, we can separate the two substances mixed together. For example, what I said, milk, that is cream is separated from the milk by using the centrifuge machine. Then solvent extraction, that is I said solvent, solute is a lesser portion, solvent is the major portion. By separating the solvent by using fractional solvent extraction method, we are using a funnel, separating funnel. By separating funnel, we have taken the two liquids, that is one is immiscible liquid, one is water, other one is kerosene. I said simple distillation, it belongs to the process of evaporation as well as condensation. And fractional distillation, it is used in the petroleum industry. I said now the last we have to come for chromatography. This is the last method of separation. Here, two processes involved in this. One is adsorption, other one is absorption. So, what's the difference between both? Adsorption means only the surface, that is two elements you are taken, it acts on the surface only. The surface. Absorption, entirely absorbed. This is entire surface. Entire. This is on surface, one side only. For example, the chalk piece is here. You are dipping the chalk piece into the ink. So, chalk piece is one substance. You are dipping the chalk into the ink. So, when you are dipping, for some time, the ink flows into the chalk. So, after you are taken out. Now, you see the thing, that is the ink can be deposited only in the surface. If you have broken the chalk into two like this, so you can see the ink only here, till this only, because you are dipping in that, you can see till that. Then after, if you are breaking the chalk, this surface, entire surface, only you can see only the one surface of the substance. So the ink can be seen only in this surface of the chalk only, outer surface of the chalk only, not fully. So if you are dipping deep into the thing, that is the ink flows throughout the surface, that entirely, that is known as absorption. The ink flows the entire chalk piece, that is absorption. Only one on the surface alone you have seen, mean that is adsorption. I have got the idea. What are the differences? Only on one surface, one side la mattu irundha, adu adsorption. Throughout the surface, entire surface is covered by the blue ink, that is absorption. That is AD. D means only one part, B means fully. Just keep like that in mind, okay? So, here chromatography involves the process adsorption and absorption, okay? So, it is a separation technique. Technique means what? Formula. It is used to separate different components of a mixture based on the different solubility in the same solvent. That is all the thing. For example, water. Water is a solvent, and the water we are adding sugar, salt, everything. That sugar and salt are the components they are mixing with the water. Sugar, salt, sand. You have taken water. Water is what I said, solvent. Water is the only solvent. It dissolves. What are the things you have taken? Sugar, water, sand, and then salt. These are the solutes. They are mixing in the water and becomes what? Solution. We are separating these liquids by the process that is known as what? Chromatography. There are many chromatographies. We have to see only paper chromatography. This method is used to separate the different colored dyes. Dyes, that is giving colors. Colorless things can be, by using dye we can give the color, we can import the color to them. This method we can use paper chromatography. This is mainly to use the black ink, the protection of black ink only. So what are the separation I say? How many separation we have seen? Totally 6, including chromatography 6. You got the clear thing. Now we know what is solution. I said solution, that is one solvent and one solute. They become solution. Solvent is major amount, solute is in lesser amount, they become solution. Based on the soluble capacity, they can be divided into 2. What are the types of solution? We have to see now. In this class, we have to see the types of solution. Types of solutions. There are 3 kinds of solution. One is true solution. Other one is colloidal solution. And the third one is suspension. What is solution? Solute, solvent, it gives solution. It is lesser in quantity, this is more in quantity. Okay, yeah. So now we see what is true solution, what is colloidal solution, what is suspension. For example, take water, sugar and water. We are taking little amount of sugar and we are taking certain amount of water. Certain means particular quantity of water. We are mixing with, stirring it well and become a solution. Here after the solution, after making solution 10 minutes or 15 minutes, you just observe we cannot see sugar particles anywhere of the solution. Did you observe that all mixed together? We cannot separate them. This is water, this is sugar. We cannot identify. Such a way they are all soluble together. All the sugar particles soluble in water and becomes a solution. So on looking you can see only the clear solution only. That kind of solution is known as true solution. Clear? We cannot separate. மொத்தமாக கலந்து ஒரே ஈவனாக யூனிஃபார்மாக இருந்தால் that is solution, true solution. Okay, next we have to see colloidal solution. What is colloidal solution? So the same, instead of sugar we are taking starch. Starch I said already, that's carbohydrate. So we are taking water. The same we are mixing together. This is true solution. Uniform. This is starch and water. So mixing together. After the thing, they have the both soluble. That is starch is entirely soluble into water. You have seen the solution. How the solution will be? This is not clear like this. It is somewhat curdy and salty. That is curdy solution. That is starch. No, this is somewhat heavier substance. It is not easily dissolved in the water. So the solution is what? Somewhat dirty and curdy solution. This kind of solution is known as colloidal solution. That is not uniform. Okay, yeah. Next we have to say suspension. Next case we have to say the same. You are taking wheat flour. You know what is wheat flour? That is flour, powder, wheat powder and water. Here wheat flour, that is wheat powder, is not entirely dissolved into the water in whatever, though you are trying half an hour, 1 hour, it is not entirely dissolved and it remains as it is. It's floating on the surface as well as down bottom, everything. This is known as suspension. So clear illam apdi kalangi poi mele irukradhukku enna solveenga? Suspension. So totally, what are the type of solution I said? True solution, colloidal solution and suspension. True solution, if you look at the solution after mixing the solute and solvent, they seems to be uniform, same. We cannot separate what is the ingredient in that. Then colloidal solution, we are taking starch and water. Curdy, that is the dirty thing is the dirty solution we got, that kind of solution is colloidal solution. Even you can say sand and water also. And third one is suspension, that is wheat flour and water we are mixing together and they become the solution. This is wheat is not entirely dissolved, whatever it may be. This is known as what? Suspension. So we have to see dispersed phase and medium. Next we have to see what? Dispersed phase and medium. Dispersed phase and dispersed medium. They may be dispersed phase and dispersed medium. They may be solid, liquid or gas. Both are. So dispersed phase means this is thing to be, this is like solute. Okay, yeah, that can be dissolved. Medium is solvent. அதாவது இது கரையும் பொருள், இது வந்து கரைக்கிற பொருள்னு அர்த்தம். That is, it should be solute. This may be solvent. Either it may be in the form of solid, liquid or gas. So there are two things. One is dispersed phase, other one is dispersed medium. In case of sugar solution, dispersed phase is what? Sugar is dispersed phase and medium is water. Clear? And now there are two things important to us. One is Brownian movement, other one is Tyndall effect. What is Brownian movement? The colloidal solution, we say no. The colloidal solution, when colloidal solutions are viewed under a powerful microscope, we said already starch, water or else sand and water. Sand and water mixed together, they are not dirty appearance. When you look at the microscope, you can see the particles moving here and there. Which particles? Sand particles or starch particles. This kind of movement, that is they are moving the zigzag. That is, one particle move right side means other particle move opposite direction, left direction. Like that, the particles moving from each direction, opposite direction. This movement is known as what? Zigzag movement. When you see the zigzag movement of the colloidal solution under microscope, this movement is known as Brownian movement. This movement is Brownian movement. That is, first 4 lines you have to say what is Brownian movement. When colloidal solution are viewed under powerful microscope, viewed means what? Seen. It can be seen that colloidal particles are moving constantly and rapidly. Continuously they are going on making the movement. This kind of movement is known as Brownian movement. Next one we have to see Tyndall effect. This Tyndall effect is found by a scientist. Just to honor him, the reaction is known as what? Tyndall. He is a scientist. He observed that when a strong beam of light is focused through a colloidal solution, the path of the beam becomes visible. This phenomenon is known as Tyndall effect. So for example, you too, after Saturday, Sunday leave, again we are coming to the class and we are opening the windows. Through the windows you can see the beam of dust particles. If you are observing, you see that the particles somewhat dance like that. The beam of particles together enters into our classroom. This kind of thing is found by the Tyndall, a scientist, and this is known as Tyndall effect. This phenomenon can be seen only through solution, not in the colloidal or suspension. Okay, so what are the properties? It's given in page number 121. Differences between the types of solution. So properties means what is it? Characteristics. What are the 3 solutions we have seen? True solution, colloidal solution and suspension. We have to see. First they have given suspension, colloidal solution and solution. First, particle size. ஸோ சொல்யூஷனாலே உங்களுக்கு தெரியும் ஒன் சால்வெண்ட் ஒன் சொல்யூட். சொல்யூட் கரையும் போது அதனோட சைஸ் என்ன சொல்லுவீங்க, இந்த பார்ட்டிக்கல் சைஸஸ் 100 nanometer, 1 to 100 nanometer, 1 nanometer. Filtration, that is how to separate. This is possible in suspension, impossible in colloidal solution, impossible in solution. Settling of particles after they both, that is salt and solvent both are mixed together, they settled, suspension settle on their own, colloidal settle on centrifugation, solution do not set at all because entirely dissolved. Appearance opaque, translucent and semi-transparent. This one is transparent. Transparent means can see through. Scattering of light, whether light enters into that or does not penetrate. Light does not penetrate into the suspension because it's curdy. Then colloidal solution, it scatters, here does not scatter. Diffusion particles, diffuse. How it is diffused? Paravi irukkiradhu. Here do not diffuse, diffuses slowly, here diffuse rapidly. Brownian movement may be seen in suspension. Colloidal solution can be seen. In solution, we cannot see the Brownian movement. Nature of the solution, suspension is heterogeneous, colloidal also heterogeneous, and solution is homogeneous. So uniform are the homogeneous, not uniform, that is ununiform are the heterogeneous. So suspension in colloidal solution becomes heterogeneous, this becomes homogeneous. This Tyndall effect, Brownian movement and all every day we used to observe in our classes. Next we have to see emulsion. Emulsions, a special kind of colloid. Emulsion means it's a colloid of 2 or more immiscible liquids. How many liquids are there? 2 liquid. 2 or more liquid. They are not miscible. Miscible means what? Not mingling. This kind of solution is known as emulsion. This means one type of liquid particles get scattered into another liquid. The 3 liquids you are taking, no, they are mixing up. That is A mixed with B, B mixed with C. Like that each other they transfer and mixing. This type of thing is known as what? Emulsion. The word emulsion comes from the Latin way to milk. So in the milk, what are the things we can see? Fat, starch and other things. No? So examples of emulsion: milk, butter, cream, egg yolk, paint, etc. There are 2 types of emulsion, that is oil and water emulsion, water in oil emulsion, water emulsion and water in oil emulsion. Example of oil and water can form in oil in water emulsion. That is water you are adding with the oil. This is oil and water emulsion, and other one is only oil, that is butter. This is known as one I said water emulsion, other one is water in oil emulsion. Water emulsion, oil and water. Then water in oil emulsion, example we can say butter and oil. So there are 2 kinds of emulsion. What all I said? One is oil emulsion, other one is water and oil emulsion. So they can be, what's the use of emulsion mean? They can be used in the process of food processing, pharmaceuticals, metallurgy and any other important industries. Metallurgy is study of metals. Okay. So children, this is the content of the lesson. Let us see what are the things we come across. We have seen matter, and next to matter we have seen what are the kinds of pure substance, impure substance, the element and compound. Impure is a mixture, that is homogeneous, heterogeneous, 2 kinds of mixtures. So mixtures can be separated by 6 methods. What are the methods? I said already. Okay, yeah. Then next to that we have seen solution. What is solution? We said there are 3 kinds of solution: true solution, colloidal and suspension. Colloidal and suspension are uniform. True solution is uniform. Uniform means homogeneous, ununiform, heterogeneous.